Hey everybody, what's going on? George the Disney Italiano, along with Abby, coming to you back home. Yes, we are back from our long extended trip to Universal and Walt Disney World and our Disney cruise, and so we're back in home studio with a little milestone, if you will, by gaining going up to 300 subscribers.
Yes.
So I thought, I did one for the 200. Let's go for three, So let's see. We got some people in the chat here. Really quick. Let's see. We have SD Drawings. Welcome in.
Hello.
First in actually was Jacob Weller. See you in 4 hours. So Jacob, I hope you weren't sitting like literally like for 4 hours. If you did, I appreciate the commitment, man. Let's see. We have Chris West in the house. Congratulations. Thank you so very much. Let's see. And Remy D 311. Let's go. Wow. Okay. So I even gained 2 more actually from that. So that's awesome. Okay. So we're just going to keep growing, So who knows? Maybe we'll hit 400 by the time the end of this live, and we'll just stay on and do the 400 one. That'd be awesome. But I want to thank everyone for joining, who's in the chat thus far, and for just the viewers that are just watching. So I greatly appreciate it. This live wouldn't have happened had I not hit the 300 mark, and now it's gone even over. So I appreciate everyone for all the love and support. And so let's get this live kicked off. There was nothing really specifically that I was gearing towards for this live. It was just for a celebration. Let's jump on. Let's chit chat. If you guys have any questions, we'll dive right in. So let's see. We'll start off with Mr. Jacob Weller. Question: will we see a creature of the Black Lagoon haunted house in the future? Ooh. That's a good question. I think that would be a very interesting one. Because I guess you can kind of make the kind of like a inside of the house, kind of like where it's water, but it's not really water. So it's like where the creature is like coming up and everything. That'd be really cool. I would love to see more of the classic monsters of the creature of the Black Lagoon. But they would have to do it very creatively, because I do know, not to spoil anything, but I know going on Monsters Unchained at Dark Universe, the creature from the Black Lagoon does have a moment in the ride. And I do love how he kind of just comes out of nowhere. But the placement of where they have him is kind of odd. I can see like they were trying to because they have you kind of lean down as if he's coming up at you, but I wish that they would have had like a water or smoke effect that he came up, where it just looks like he's just like sitting there.
Yeah, waiting for you
to. Yeah. So I mean, I like that, but yeah, if you're gonna do a creature that is actually in a lagoon, you have to do creative. But I think that would really be cool, because I feel like that they will eventually utilize that, because even down in Orlando, there was supposed to be a water-based attraction with that IP. So, with the expanded area, hopefully they'll even do that too, because Dark Universe is the smallest land, I think, in all of Epic Universe. And I've heard that from people even before seeing it myself. And I thought, okay, that might be a little bit of an exaggeration. No, the land actually is very small. So, so hopefully they'll be able to expand that within time. What do you think if they do a Black Lagoon haunted house?
I think it would be cool. Just I'm not sure how they can really incorporate a whole like HHN house for it. Just because a lot of times there's like you're walking through different scenes of like IP that they choose and everything. So, and if they do it right, just because you don't want to just use him and not be in the elements, because the thing I like about HHN is they really detail all the houses to the environment.
True.
And I don't know how they would
You know what
put
would
you in the lagoon unless.
You know what would really be cool if they utilize that IP for the Waterworld section.
Oh yeah.
Because that way you can use the IP and you can kind of create like like in a water setting. Because with the Purge, I'm sorry, I just didn't get it. I didn't really care for it. I know somebody said, I did a live with Conductor and I forget who mentioned it, that it won an award. And I'm trying to think like, why? You know, it's like, and no offense to the people that made the show, it feels like it's out of the element of water, but with the Creature from the Black Lagoon, it's putting you in that environment. So that would be really cool. I didn't think of that. Let's see. Jacob Weller continues. Another question I have is, you got tickets for How to Train Your Dragon movie, and will there be a review? Okay, so we don't have tickets yet. Will there be a review? Absolutely. Yes. There will be an out of theater reaction video right as we see it. So definitely when we go see the movie, definitely look at it. Will be posted on Citrico Central for sure. I was kind of thinking of maybe possibly going to see it at Universal at City Walk. I think that would be really cool. I think that would be very appropriate. Yeah. So that way we can, when we do the out of theater review reaction, it'll be out of the theater, but at City Walk. So I think that would be really cool.
We just got to figure out our schedules, just because since we just got back.
Yeah.
You're out of schedule.
We're out of schedule. Yeah. We're out of schedule from being on schedule. Let's see. Tommy Toon World, and hey, I know that shirt. Yeah, see, bro, I told you. I got the shirt.
You guys just wore it at different times.
Yes. See, so I got the shirt. I got you, man. Let's see. Chris West. I could see them use Creature in the Maze in Vegas. Oh no, that's interesting too. Yeah, we will be going to the Horror Unleashed in Vegas in August. Yeah, so we didn't do the opening day one, but we're going opening weekend. And then also the same for HHN. Now we don't have nothing like solidified, but we know that we're going to go opening day for HHN. Let's see. We got Trey Porter. What's up, Trey? Thanks for coming in. Let's see. We got the Giant Peter show, watching this awesome celebration live from BJ's. Okay. Cool. Okay. Giant Peter show. You had me scared there for a little bit, because thankfully you said from BJ's. So, okay, Jacob. Okay. Thank you. I wasn't the only one. But I have to say, BJ's is good. The restaurant, but the other, if you know, you know. See, look, we just started the live in less than 10 minutes, and see what you guys got me doing already. We got Cassandra Chamberlain. What's up, Cassandra? Welcome in. All right. Let's see. Chris West. It won an IAPA Brass Ring Award for Best Halloween Production. Very interesting. Yeah. Okay, Chris. Yeah, you were the one that mentioned it on Conductors Live. That is very interesting, because here's the thing. It's not that it was a horrible show. It just felt like out of the element. It just didn't fit.
Like, understand why it was done in that like Waterworld area.
Yeah. And I know that they don't really. It would have been
really scary if it was a house.
I think the Purge would have been like really scary as a house, because if you like have like a whole bunch of like people, like the sound effects of like people like stampeding towards you and everything, that would be, oh man. Let's see. Thanks for answering the questions. Absolutely, Jacob. And if you have any more, just keep throwing them in there. Let's see. You could do it in front of the toothless prop they have in City Walk. Oh, perfect. Well, there you go. Well, that's what we'll do then.
I know. I'm telling you, that toothless meet and greet, he is so cute.
Yes. Like we had to make it our business that
he was a 45-minute wait, but he was worth it.
Yes. And his line was longer than some of the attractions.
Yeah. And so the other dragon came out, and I was like, please don't tell me he's switching,
Because yeah, they didn't really give like
an
an explanation. Like, are they swapping them out? And it's like, but it just looked like that whoever was out there, like, you can meet both.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to, you could just go.
We were getting close to the end, and then I see the new
Yeah.
dragon with what's her name? Astrid.
Astrid, yeah, but I forget the dragon's name.
So I saw them come out. I was like, "Oh, you better not tell me Toothless is leaving. I've been waiting this long
Yeah.
for him. That dragon can go back inside."
Yeah, she's like, that dragon's ugly. Put him back. It's like she just wanted Toothless. I mean, and then they confirmed that we could meet both. But by the time it came to us anyway, that dragon was going inside, and Abby was like, well, good, because I was only here for Toothless anyway. So let's see. We got, so Giant Peter Show, the restaurant, George. Yeah, okay.
Yes, thank you for
yes. Remy D, planning to hit Hershey Park on Father's Day. Ooh. Do you think most fathers avoid amusement parks that day? I hope so. Well, I'm glad you're going to Hershey Park. That was actually a childhood theme park, or amusement park that I grew up with. Very near and dear to me. I went there for several of my birthdays growing up during summer vacation. School events. So like I'm there. They were actually back in Pittsburgh. They were casting for a Hershey movie. It's going to be a biopic that they're going to film in the location. And I was this tempted to applying because for like a background person. Because I've been like on set before, like with backgrounds and everything, and they were looking for men, and they encouraged people that if you're a guy and you have a beard, don't shave it. And I'm like, oh, that's perfect. But the problem was the timing that they would have needed me was the time that I was on vacation, and I'm like, don't that beat all? You know, that would have been really cool to be in a biopic of Hershey.
I still want to go there.
Yeah. We'll definitely go to Hershey. There are several places that we want to check out for sure, which I am going to put in the community tab. Is I'm going to see like what you guys think for like what do you think our next adventure should be? We want to hear from you, because I would like to take your guys into consideration of like what you think we should go. Should we go to Hershey Park? Should we go to Dollywood? Should we go to Kings Island or King's Dominion? Like there's like how many different places, or maybe a non-amusement park or theme park, like just like a location or what have you, or a specific cruise or something. As long as it's Disney. I'm not cruising outside of Disney, folks. I'm sorry. You could just count that out right now. You guys can pick a cruise. I'm sorry, but it has to be.
Daring you to go on a Carnival.
It's not going to be Carnival, folks. I'm going to tell you that right now. So you could pick the destination. You could pick the port of call. But I'm sorry, you're not picking the liner. But Remy D, to your I hope you have a great time during Father's Day at Hershey Park. Hopefully it won't be too crowded for you. To answer your question, do fathers still go to amusement parks on that day? Unfortunately, we do, because I'm actually going to go to one. But not an amusement park, but we're going to go to, which I still have to tell you about that. I'm kind of going back and forth because I don't know if I want to go to Universal or Disneyland. So I'm kind of like weighing it in. Yeah, I kind of made
my spontaneous Italiano.
Yeah, I kind of made the Disneyland reservations already. So just in case. If not, I could always just remove them. Let's see. Let's see here. Cassandra Chamberlain. Let's see. What's on the horizon now that you're back from your trip? Well, so work and just kind of doing this for me, because right now this is actually my work and full time and trying to like grow this out and everything. So Specifically, we're looking to do the mega movie summer thing that's going on at Universal. We will be covering that. As I said, possibly going to Disneyland for Father's Day, or it might be Universal, might be one of the two. We were just talking about seeing How to Train Your Dragon at Universal.
You're going to Legoland.
Going to Legoland this upcoming
Saturday.
Yes, going back to Legoland
with the boys,
with the guys. And then actually also trying to squeeze in a day to have my second procedure done, because I have to they put in the stent, so now they have to take it out. Yeah, so everything that goes in must come out, and hopefully they can get that stone out with it. It's like driving me nuts, but that's not stopping me. That is not stopping me. And then of course more movies during the summer. Definitely want to see the Jurassic Park. Is it Jurassic Park Rebirth or is it Jurassic World Rebirth?
I kept confused.
It's one of the two.
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four, definitely.
I want to watch Freakier Friday.
Yes, we do want to see Freakier Friday. I would love to go see that at the El Capitan, just because if I know
the El Capitan,
the El Capitan, but I also know Jamie Lee Curtis. She loves to attend those kind of things and everything, and I'm sure Lindsay Lohan would be there too, for like the premiere type. So I think Freakier Friday would be really cool to see, because I think didn't they have the actual premiere of the first Freaky Friday there?
Yeah. I think so.
I can't remember, but yeah. So we got a lot of movies. And then
we have Disneyland 70th, the actual.
Yes, July 17th. I'm going to be there for the grand opening reveal of the Walt animatronic. Very excited about that, but also very nervous. Hopefully that goes well. And then also probably going to be doing a Disneyland live on a regular day to kind of do a walk and talk in the park, kind of take you guys around the different locations for Avatar and Coco, and maybe even check out where the Eastern Gateway is going to be outside of the resort. So that would be really cool. So those are some of the things, very like very important key things that we're doing, but not as big as what the last trip that we did. We're probably not going to do something big until the beginning of 2026. So once we get that kind of configured, like March of 26, so we'll get that kind of squared away and see. And further details will come later on once we can figure that out. But the one thing that we are going to do in the in March of 26 is we're going to a wedding. Got invited by a friend who I actually met on a Disney cruise. Her and her mom, we were at the same table for the whole duration of the cruise and everything. So we stayed good friends. We went to like the nightclubs to do the games and stuff and everything. So she invited me to her wedding, also wanted to meet Abby and everything. So yeah, so it's going to be a good time. Let's see here. Giant Peter show. You have to do Princess and Norwegian George. They are the best outside of Disney. I don't know, Peter. Maybe in time. Maybe if I could find somebody, and I'm not just saying this as like just to kind of like hitch off of somebody, but I'm just saying if someone would be willing to take me on a cruise, then I might be able to say, you know what, I'll give it a try. But for me to actually put in my time and effort to pay and book for one, I'd be like, dang, this money could have went for a Disney cruise. So we'll see. It's not that I don't believe you or trust you, because I know you've been on it. You're like the cruise aficionado, but I don't know. I just can't get over that hump of going outside of a Disney cruise. Let's see. You can add the other Cedar Fair parks to your Knott's Pass to visit. Oh, really? I did not know that. Interesting.
Oh, I didn't know that. We haven't really used our knots.
No, we really haven't. We used it like once.
For boysenberry.
For boysenberry. It's not that we don't enjoy knots, but it's like, now again, here I go again. We go all the way down to Anaheim. Where do you think I'm going to go, folks? I mean, Knott's is in Buena Park, but
yeah,
come on, Knott's Disney. I do enjoy Knott's. Now, here's the thing. I absolutely love Knott's during the holidays. I think that's probably when you'll see me the most at Knott's is during Christmas time, because their holiday production inside the Walter Knott Theater, oh man, chef's kiss.
I do want you to go to Not Scary Farm.
That too. I do want to see Not Scary Farm. So yeah, we'll probably, but again, it's still during the holidays. So like between like October through December, it's like that's when to go to Knott's. Because here's the thing, I do enjoy the Knott's rides and everything. But the problem is also too is I want to go with someone that can ride that stuff. And I know Abby could ride one or two, maybe two, depending on what the ride. But it's like, if I'm going with someone, I just don't want to just like up and leave them, you know? So it's like, I'd rather go, you know, so that's why I don't really do Knott's as much. And then
same thing for Six Flags.
Yeah. Same thing for Six Flags. Yeah. Which Conductor and Tommy said that they want to do. So maybe like whenever they go or something, then yeah. I see Giant Peter show. Norwegians restaurants are immaculate and awesome. Okay. I'll think about it. I'll consider. We'll see. Remy D. Back to Hershey Park. If you and Abby were chocolate delights, which ones would you be?
Chocolate delights.
So essentially, like if you were chocolate, like which one would you be?
Which one would I be?
I think I know what you would be for me. You would be a Hershey Kiss.
Would I?
Yeah, because like even if you look at like the Hershey Kiss like character, I don't know, she's just like very cute and bubbly and everything, and I don't know, you just have that personality.
Aww.
Yeah. For me,
what would you be?
I was going to say a Rolo because it's long and round.
Oh gosh.
I think for me, probably Kit Kat. I used to be like so hooked on as a kid as for Kit Kats. I had a neighbor who lived up the street. Like when in my old neighborhood, her name was Karen, and I used to call her the Kit Kat lady.
Why?
Because she was friends like with my mom and dad. So anytime like they would go and visit and everything, she always had this little glass bowl of Kit Kats. So I knew every time we were going to their house, I was going to get a Kit Kat. So probably me for a Kit Kat for sure. Let's see. Giant Peter show. You guys should definitely try doing the shorts. Maybe even start with the epic movie summer. Yeah, it's funny, Peter, that because Abby brought that to my attention too, of trying some of the shorts, and I'm trying to get into that to do it, and it's like I don't know, I just can't get. I think it would do very well. I just have to try to find like the niche of the content of how it would fit into the shorts. But being that Abby suggested it, now you're saying it, I'll definitely try it. Yeah. And we got Mademoiselle in the house. Hi, George and Abby. Welcome home. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Glad to be back. And yeah, I think it's interesting, like for me anyways, because anytime that I went on a big vacation, I would go home to PA. This is the first time doing a big vacation, and it's like, okay, I'm going home to California. And it was just like, wow, okay, I'm leaving Walt Disney World to go back home to Disneyland. Like it's still like I can't wrap my brain around it, but it's really cool. And Jacob says, what's your favorite chocolate company?
Favorite chocolate company? Oh,
Probably for me would probably be, well, for the nostalgia, I'd say Hershey,
yes, I love Hershey
but
chocolate.
some of my all-time favorite chocolate. Now, I don't know if you heard of it. I don't know if this is a local, I think it's a local Pittsburgh thing, but it's called Yetter's.
What the is that?
Okay, so I take it that it is it's called Yetter's chocolate. I absolutely love it. It's some of the best chocolate. I used to get it all the time. We had a friend come in when I would work at Hallmark, and she would bring us in treats and everything. And I told her, I said, I love the Yetter's chocolate. She would bring me like the chocolate covered cashews and stuff. So the top three, I would say my number one, I believe, is Yetter's. And then number two, Saris. And then number three, Hershey.
I like Hershey. I also like Cadbury.
Mm.
Mhm.
My grandma used to be a fan of the Cadbury, especially during Easter time.
Mhm.
She would go to the little chocolate shop. She would get like the Cadbury
Yeah, and
brand.
then I do like the World's Finest, the little like candy bars that they do for like fundraisers and stuff. It's just it reminds me of my kids growing up because they were always like hustling the $1 candy bars. Well, now they're $2 candy bars, but yeah.
Yeah, I remember doing the school fundraisers. Like I'd go up and down my neighborhood saying, "Would you like candy? Would you like to buy candy?" You know, it's like,
Yeah, my son had to sell his first box when he was in kindergarten so he can earn his cap and gown for graduation, his graduation of kindergarten. So he sold his box like the very first weekend after getting it on that Friday. And then he brought the money back in and then he turns it in and they were like, "Do you want to sell another box?" And he's like, do I need to? He's like, well, maybe you can sell it to help your other classmates that can't sell the whole thing. He's like, no, they need to sell their own.
I remember for our end of the school trip, it wasn't candy. We were selling like cookie dough, raw cookie dough. So it was like you just go around with the form and you tell, like, you ask the person, okay, what flavor? Chocolate chip, sugar, snickerdoodle, you know, pecan, you know, and they just check it off and they submit their payment for our end of the school trip. And this was in the year 2000. Yeah, 2000. 2001. Like that was it was like it started in 2000 and then the school year ended in 2001. And for our end of the school trip, they let us pick. It could have either been Six Flags in Ohio. It's no longer there. It used to be Geauga Lake. Then it went to Six Flags, and then it went back to Geauga Lake, and then they closed on. But at that time, it was Six Flags, Idlewild Park, Hershey Park, or Cedar Point. So they kind of like guided us of like which one should we go for? Like we all talked about it. Cedar Point was about a 4-hour drive with the bus, and they're like, okay, you know, we'd have to leave super early and it takes partial of our morning. So let's cut that out. Idlewild was cute, but bullshit. So it was like, okay, no, we're not going to Idlewild. So then it was between Hershey and Six Flags. And they were about around the same kind of time frame for the bus. But then that's when they let us vote and we all went for Six Flags. But at that time, I'm like, no Disney World? And at the time too, my mom was working at the school and she said, but we're going this summer. She said, we're doing that for summer vacation. I was like, I don't care. Like we could have went twice. But of course that was, even back then in the year 2000 and 2001, that was still expensive for a school budget. So of course, yeah. Mademoiselle says this summer's movie lineup is awesome. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. This is going to be, I think, a comeback summer for movies. Indeed. Remy D, talking about Freaky Friday, one of the freakiest, creepiest, and downright unsettling movies I've seen is Bring Her Back. Go see it, but just don't eat before. Interesting. I never heard of that.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what would be a great title? Is actually what you just said, Remy. The freakiest, creepiest, and downright unsettling movie. That should be the title. I actually like that. See, Giant Peter show. Freakier Friday still hasn't sold me yet. Here's the thing, because I've seen several of the previews. It's not like a movie where it's like, oh my gosh, like this is going to be the best. I don't think it would surpass the first Freaky Friday.
I just want to see it because of the
nostalgia. I think for the nostalgia reasons, because really, even Jamie Lee Curtis admitted to the fact of they weren't planning on doing this. It was the fans that have been craving a sequel. So, her and Lindsay, got together with the the producers and everything, and they're like, okay, if this is what the fans want, let's give it to them. Let's come up with a story. So, I applaud them for that. Giant Peter show. Where is the wedding? I'm assuming you mean our wedding. I'm guessing.
No, maybe the one we're going to in March.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm like off the thing here. I was like, "Where's the wedding?" And I'm like, "Our wedding."
Cali.
Yeah, ours is going to be in Cali in 2028. I don't know the exact location. She'll probably send it to me, but it's going to be in Florida. So again, if I'm going to go cross country down Florida for a wedding, you think I'm just going to go for a wedding? No, not this Italiano. I don't do that shit. Let's see. I might be heading to a cousin's wedding in Italy next summer. Oh, wow. Nice. We're actually thinking of like Italy, Greece for our honeymoon after the wedding, which probably going to tie it into a Disney cruise to actually get over there. It would be a Mediterranean cruise. Yeah, actually decently priced too. I mean, for the location of where you're going, the amount of stops, and for how long the cruise duration is, it really wasn't that bad. Now, again, this was in 2025 and 2026 prices. Let's see what it looks like in 2028 and 2029.
Yes.
Let's see. Jacob Weller, you guys should do Nickelodeon Universe at Mall of America or American Dream Mall. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, because we just did a reaction video on Orange Grove 55. And I believe it was a reaction video to a Mr. Beast video of like expensive first dates. And I think that was one of the locations that he took his fiance to. That would be interesting. I wouldn't mind, like literally, yeah, because it's something. You actually have a little mini vacation in a mall that it's like a themed resort. That would be interesting. That'd be for some good content too. And Remy D actually confirms, love that place. All right. Okay. Let's see. Giant Peter show. I used to love Sour Patch Kids. It's just I don't have a want to eat candy anymore. Interesting. So you like the, first they're sour, then they're sweet kind of thing. Yeah. Let's see. Of course, her name is Karen.
Kit Kat. Your Kit Kat lady.
Yes. Let's see. We got the Sturgill family. Welcome in. Nixon says hello. We met on the bus back to the All-Star Music. Well, welcome in. Hope you all had a good time on the cruise. We actually, yes, we absolutely did. And welcome into the live. We appreciate it. Yeah. So just for some clarification, we met this couple back on the
bus ride.
The bus ride back. From the cruise. And so like we were like, because they were having a conversation and everything, and I heard that they're doing for their next cruise, and it's like, oh, that might be around the time that we're doing the cruise, which by the way, hopefully you're still on at the time, because I know I'm trying to catch up with the as you probably know already, but I forgot to, we got off the bus and I told Abby, I was like, oh shoot, I forgot to introduce us. And I'm like, how rude of me, because we were like, exchanging the information, everything. But to do this correctly, I'm George.
And I'm Abby.
So yeah, so it was really nice to meet you. Nice to talk. And thank you for joining the live. I greatly appreciate it. Let's see, the Giant Peter show. I'm going to try to get back into posting shorts. Oh, that's awesome. Cool. See, for me, I mostly just report whatever videos I post on TikTok. Yeah, for some reason I can't get into TikTok. I've done one TikTok video.
Did you?
Against my will, so to speak. It was actually it was my ex who posted it. We ordered pizza, and I had a couple glasses of wine with pizza. Yeah, not a really good combination, but apparently I drank and I was kind of like triggered happy, and I started singing Pearly Shells.
Ooh. I've only done one TikTok video too.
And it was like literally, I watched the video once and I'm like, oh shit, please get this thing off. Like, this is horrible. Yeah. But other than that, like, I wasn't really into TikTok. If I was to do shorts, I would do it like, you know, just like with YouTube and stuff. But I do know that people go crazy over the TikTok vids. I don't know. Maybe if I like start to expand the channel out a little more and everything, maybe.
Oh, don't tell you, Angel and Enzo that.
Because they'll be making me like do all sorts of things.
All kinds of dances.
Oh, geez. Well, maybe they'll get me into it. Have you tried Japanese Kit Kats? Yes. I didn't even know there was such a thing as Japanese Kit Kats.
The strawberry. I also love the creme brulee one.
There's a creme brulee Kit Kat. Oh, by the way, Rick Nick, thank you. Welcome in. Glad you're in. Sorry, I usually like to introduce like the new people coming in, but then I just saw Japanese Kit Kats. I'm like, no, I haven't tried it. I also
like the apple.
Okay, wait. Let's go back here. So there is such thing as an existence of a creme brulee flavored Kit Kat, and I've never tried it.
They tell you to even like how to torch it, so it's like a creme brulee.
You torch the Kit Kat?
Yeah, they tell you like, oh, if you want to make it more.
Okay, like now I'm intrigued. So how do you get these? Do you have to like special order them or something?
Yeah, I ordered them from Japan.
Oh, okay. We might have to try that. We might have to do an order from Japan. Or actually, it might give us. Here's the also other update, folks. I did get my passport. I did get my passport finally. It came while we were on vacation, so it is renewed. I got it all. So ready for travel when we can. So hopefully I'll be able to use it for Japan, maybe to actually physically go out and get these Kit Kats.
But yes.
I love the Japanese. I'm gonna have to try that, Rick Nick. Thank you. Giant Peter show. Yetters is a PA thing. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah,
like, what is
that? Chris West, did you get any cool Epic Universe merchandise? We did get some merch, but here's the thing. It wasn't for us. No. We're down at Epic Universe, and
my son,
her son and her daughter were like, okay, get me something from Epic Universe. Mm-hmm. But then we also want something from Walt Disney World and the cruise. You know, so they wanted something each. So we ended up getting them something. But with Epic Universe, we were trying to find something. They really wanted something with How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah, because they were like, they don't want anything from Super Nintendo World because we have it here in Cali. And then they are not very into the monsters. And then they're not really into Harry Potter. So they were like, How to Train Your Dragon. Both my kids like it, and they're like, it's exclusive to Epic, so get us something like that. And I was like what? They're like, one of the little plushies. I was like, okay, because they wanted to put the little plushies in their cars and in their house. So we were looking for little toothless plushie and the little white dragon. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, they don't sell the same size for each, and I can't get a bigger one than the other. Oh, geez,
yeah, that would be like a whole another. So we ended up getting them,
even though they're like in their 20s, they're not even teenagers anymore. But no.
Yeah, but so we got them like the toothless and the white dragon, kind of like pillows and stuff. So and then, I don't think we got anything from Epic. Nothing really screamed to us, to be honest with you, because I usually when I go to a new place, I always like to commemorate and get something. But
I think it's because like I already had the Epic Universe shirt that Mom got us. So
that's true. Yeah, so Mom got us the matching shirts.
Either like getting like a shirt from there, or
which, believe it or not, we had several people stop us asking us where we got those shirts, because they had the Epic shirts, but it wasn't the ones that we wore.
They were only the solid black.
Yeah. So we're thinking, okay, we don't really need to buy anything, because everything that they have, those people didn't even want it. They wanted what we were wearing. So it's like, yeah, nothing really like screamed at us. Maybe next time. We'll see. And we got Maybe in the house. You're home. I guess from the parks now. Are you going to Disneyland right away? It's funny. Maybe actually we were supposed to. We were supposed to go to Disneyland on the 8th. Because
that became travel day.
That became travel day because I extended another day down at Walt Disney World. I'm not saying that we really had to, but I was just like, can we stay one more day just for the heck of it? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? But then Abby's like, but we got to go back the day.
Monday because everyone was texting me that I have to go back to work.
And you know what was funny is they didn't have her on the schedule for Monday. And I'm like, we could have stayed.
Yeah, they forgot to put me on the schedule for yesterday. But then they were like, you can't leave. I was like, why not?
Yep. It's like, nope, you're here. You're staying. Yeah. You're staying. I see. Remy D, would you consider it a fix for the villain show if Disney rotates the live characters from time to time, so that it's not always Hook, Maleficent, etc. all the time? Switch it up. That I would be fine with.
I would like that.
I like that idea, because then if you do rotate to Captain Hook, and it's like, okay, if it gets a little quirky and slapsticky, then it's like it's for that show because they have Captain Hook. Now, I don't expect them to do that like every show to rotate. Maybe just like for the whole day, do like Maleficent, Captain Hook, Cruella. Then maybe the next day, you do Hades, Jafar, and Ursula, just given or Dr. Facilier or what have you. Like that would be, that would be cool. I'd be fine with that. Let's see. Cassandra, I remember selling the Helen Grace candy bars.
Oh, I remember those too. I remember them more when I had to do them for like Easter, like for the, like they did like the specialty like Easter eggs and stuff, chocolate eggs.
Oh, okay. I've never heard of it. Is that just a West Coast thing, or?
I'm not sure.
Helen Grace. I never heard of that.
Yeah, I remember them more for Easter.
Oh, okay. Then we got Dragon Blood in the house. Good afternoon, everyone. Well, good afternoon to you too, Dragon Blood. Thanks for popping in. And we got, I see SD drawings. Let's see. What are your thoughts on Peter Sohn directing The Incredibles 3? It's funny you say that because I actually posted on X about it. Now, so here's the thing. The more that I would think about it. So my initial post was, I didn't really know how to feel about it. Because, and it's no disrespect to Peter Sohn, I thought he did an immaculate job directing Elemental. I loved him doing the voice of Emil in Ratatouille, and he did what he could for The Good Dinosaur. There's like, he came in late and he tried to work it out, so he did what he could. When it comes for The Incredibles, I always took that as like, that's Brad Bird's baby. Like that was his conception, because The Incredibles wasn't initially like a Pixar thing. Brad Bird came in. Well, actually he had the conversation with John Lasseter, and he was telling him about the story of a family of superheroes and how they balance their superhero life with their day-to-day regular life and just trying to be quote unquote normal and everything. And he was going to do it in 2D animation, sort of like how he did with the Iron Giant. And John Lasseter was like, no, you know what? I think this would be really good in computer animation. Why don't you come over to Pixar and see like what we can do? So like Brad came over, he brought all his animators that worked on the Iron Giant. They collaborated with the Pixar. So for me, that was always like that was Brad Bird's conception, the first one did phenomenal. The second one did more better, like financially, like in the box office, but I still think the first one is much better than the second one, to be honest. I like the second one. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. So I'm very curious to see how Peter is going to tackle it. Hopefully he keeps the integrity of what Brad brought to the story and to the characters. If he can surpass the second and he makes the number 3 better than number 2, then I'll eat the crow. You know, as I said, I'm a huge fan of Peterson. I just think that was Brad Bird's thing. But to be fair, Brad is still going to be producer on it, and he's still writing the script. So we'll see. Let's see. Giant Peter Show. I would do the same, George. If I'm going to Florida, I have to at least make a stop at Epcot. Yeah, you have to make a stop somewhere. I don't think there's anybody here on God's green earth that I know that would go to Florida for whatever reason and not make a stop at Walt Disney World or a Disney cruise or both. Or even stop at Universal. Do something, you know? Let's see. Dragon Blood. Seeing live action How to Train Your Dragon tomorrow. Ooh. Really, really excited. Movie of the year for me alongside Jurassic World Rebirth. Well, thank you. You just actually answered what I was saying because I wasn't sure if it was Jurassic Park Rebirth or Jurassic World Rebirth. And Avatar Fire and Ash. Elio is up there too for me personally. Yeah. Let us know what you think, Dragon Blood, because I know that you are really looking forward to this, the How to Train Your Dragon. Yeah. And I know that you'll be honest of like the pros and the cons and everything. So very curious to hear your thoughts on it. Again, I'm also excited for Jurassic World Rebirth, Fantastic Four, Avatar Fire and Ash. I'm curious about Elio. I don't know how it's going to go, but I was maybe I was thinking, I got notified because since I'm a D23 member, that tickets are going to go on sale tomorrow for some sort of preview thing in Burbank for Elio on June 17th. But what I find interesting is that they're doing it on June 17th when the movie was supposed to come out the 13th, right? It's not coming out the 13th anymore, is it? Do you know? Anybody in the chat, is Elio coming out on the 13th? I know it got moved how many times. If it's coming out on the 13th, like I don't know why that they would do like a premiere thing on the 17th, 4 days after the movie comes out. But you know, just to maybe do it, the event is on the 17th, so might get
June 20th.
June 20th. Okay, so that makes sense. Okay, so yeah, they're going to do an early preview of Elio in Burbank. And tickets are only like $28 per person. So they go on sale tomorrow. So I might snag 2 tickets for June 17th. And it's at 7 p.m., I think. Remy D, what is your response to those who argue, why can't Disney add new attractions without replacing existing ones? They have space. Okay. So yes, the Disney does have space, and yes, it does, sometimes get a little annoying with the fact, but if this is retaining to the Cars area and Villains and keeping the Rivers of America and Tom Sawyer Island, I do have to say this for a couple of things. Yes, there is tons of room at Walt Disney World, but this is also a resort in Florida where they have water level issues. There's a lot of space that they can't build.
They can't build on.
So they may have some issues so it's so easy to say, oh, we'll just put it over here or just put it over there. If it's not marked for them to be able to dig and build on, they can't do it, also too, I do know that I've heard that with the Rivers of America and everything, that it's been costing Disney a lot, like with the water management and everything. So it's like they're putting money into something, but they're not really getting nothing in return, because as much as people that would enjoy the river, it's like, okay, when you have that typical family coming on vacation and you have kids, are they going to want to go on a riverboat down the river around in a circle, or are they going to want to experience a Cars themed area that still is going to have a lot of nature, organic, feel to it, and that's where Disney's going to bank for their buck, so there's a lot more to it than just saying, okay, well, just expand here. Now, do I feel like that Disney does need to do that in time? Yes. Yeah. But I think that there's always a reason why. We may not know it. We may not understand it, but Disney's not going to tell us everything. So that's what I say. That's my thing on it. What would you say?
I agree.
Oh, there you go. There you go. And maybe says Sour Patch the best candy. I actually enjoy Sour Patch. I don't mind it. I do love sour candies. Dragon Blood says my favorite candy is Skittles. Yummies for me. Oh, okay. It's yummy for you. I'm thinking I've never heard of yummies. Like it's like what's yummies? Like I thought it was like another candy. Yeah. Let's see. Matthew Murr, all the way from the UK. Welcome in. I know this opinion is going to sound deeply unpopular, but I really believe Jennifer Hale as Cinderella and Kelly Marie Tran as Raya should be present at more official Disney events, especially since Jodie Benson, Susan Egan, and Paige O'Hara have long enjoyed that kind of quote unquote special access. Yeah, I do see what you're saying, Matthew. I think honestly, anyone who does a voiceover, to a character, I think the issue with it is not necessarily the actresses themselves. I think it goes back to the character. I think Raya and the Last Dragon came out at a time with during with COVID and the pandemic and the shutdowns that it was at a time where people were still trying to figure out their livelihood and everything, and people really weren't focused on. And I feel like that was the worst time that movie could have came out. So Raya basically kind of hid under the radar, and because the movie kind of suffered with that, Disney was like, okay, we're not touching it, even though you kind of see Raya here and there, maybe in some parades and what have you. And then also too, now with Kelly Marie Tran, unfortunately, a lot of people were giving her backlash with her role in Star Wars, which again, she took on the job. She saw the character, she read the script, she came in and did, it's like whether or not that you agreed with that choice, it was like, you can't hate on her for that. And the amount of hate that she got was completely ridiculous. With Jennifer Hale as Cinderella, I think for me also is, and again, nothing against Jennifer Hale. I think she does a phenomenal job, especially because she's a secondary voiceover to the original. And I think for me, that's where it kind of loses the translation, unfortunately, because anytime I think of Cinderella, I think of the original voice actress, Eileen Woods. So anytime I think of Cinderella, I think of her. Now I do know, Jennifer Hale doing Cinderella and what have you, that, I think because the voice isn't something as distinct as it is for Paige O'Hara and Jodie Benson and Susan Egan. Which, speaking of which, with Susan Egan, I'm sorry, every time someone mentions Susan Egan, I'm sorry, I have to give her some shit over it. We're there at 90s night, and every single time that she's ever gone to the bathroom, the restroom, public area, I always just walk up to the restroom with her and I'll wait outside. The one time I don't, she passes and she goes into the restroom and she comes back and she said, all these people are so nice. I got a woman walking out that said, "Hi, how are you?" She was like, "Oh, I'm fine." And she was like, "Wow, that lady's nice." I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." And then we get back home and there was a little I guess it was a TikTok or something, or Instagram. It was an Instagram post, and it showed Bill Farmer, the voice of Goofy, and Susan Egan, and she went, "Wait, that's the nice lady that said hi to me at coming out of the bathroom." I'm saying, "You mean to tell me that you talked to Susan Egan?" And she said, "I didn't know." I'm like, "Oh." I was like, the one time I didn't walk up to the bathroom. I would love to see, because here's the thing with Susan Egan. I
just thought she was a sweet lady.
She really is a sweet lady. She really is. I actually grew up with her. I've known about her since I was 3-4 years old. Yeah, that's how my mind worked at 3 or 4 years old. Other kids were still biting on teething rings. And I'm knowing who these actors and actresses are, because there was a TV special, and I still have the VHS tape that mom recorded for me. And it was the the premiere of Beauty and the Beast on Broadway. So it was like taking you through the behind the scenes for the world premiere at New York. They were talking and interviewing all the actors, and Susan Egan was there. So that's how I got to know her. Oh, she's playing Belle in the Broadway version of Beauty and the Beast. And I'm like, okay. And then comes Hercules, and she's the voice of Megara. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. So then after that, I'm starting to get into my like pre-adolescent tween years. And then I get into the DCOMs, which for every year, it's the Disney Channel original movies. And there's a movie, and for all of you who grew up in the 90s will know what I'm talking about. It's a movie called Gotta Kick It Up. Yep. And it's actually based off of a true story of the Marshall Middle School dance team and how they made it to regionals and everything. And they're a dance teacher, Miss Bartlett, and I'm like, that's Susan Egan. I'm like, so I was like a huge fan, like in and out, like from her Broadway, performances to her voice acting abilities and her actual on-screen acting abilities. I'm like, there's nothing that this woman can't do. She could sing, she could dance, she can act.
And I thought she was a nice lady.
Yes, and she's a nice lady. So, and speaking also too of Jodie Benson, we had the privilege of doing the D23 lunch with Jodie Benson at Epcot, and she was very gracious, very respectful. She told basically her whole life story,
which you can find on Citrico Central.
You can find it basically the whole entire presentation on Citrico Central. If you haven't checked it out, definitely give it a look-see. But she walked around our table. She got to mingle with us and talk, and we received the legacy CDs of the Little Mermaid soundtrack, which she signed, which we both have. So yeah, that was awesome. And she still looks good. Like I even told her that, and she was like, thank you. It's not true, but thank you for the kind words. Like but in person, she really looks good from how she looked back in 1989. And she just said she just tries her best, to look good, stay healthy, do all that. Let's see. We got it's Florentin in the house. Welcome in. And we got to meet him at Animal Kingdom. Yes. He was very nice to meet us there.
Animal Kingdom redo.
Our redo day. So, it wasn't the original Animal Kingdom day. It was the redo. And
we got to meet him. So
we got to meet him. We got to talk a little bit, and we even, honestly, dare I say it, Florentin, I have to say, we even got serenaded by him. He got to sing a little bit of A Whole New World to us. So
that's his favorite.
That's
song.
My favorite song. So yeah, so that was cool. Oh, and he said, cool that you to meet Nixon. Yeah, so that's the couple that we met on the bus. And then we got Kaylee with 2 E's in the house. Quote, I'll slam whatever I want. Now, okay. So, okay, yeah, I knew you wouldn't. I knew you wouldn't get it. Okay, so Kaylee and I have this kind of run-on thing. For all of you who don't know, is she's like the only person that I know that actually watches Dance Moms, and she knew that I watched it because it was an act made in Pittsburgh, literally. The dance teacher, Abby Lee Miller, who does her dance team and everything. I got to meet Abby several times. Every single time was in a restaurant. It was at a Pizza Hut, Eaton Park, and Chili's. Yeah. And I tell you, she's intimidating, but I do have her autograph. I still have it. But anyway, so anytime that like Kaylee and I talk, we throw off quotes from the show. Yeah.
Okay. I was like, what is that?
Let's see. Florentin continues. I love your shirt, George. And Abby, hey. Yes, I actually, because I got this actually before the 70th. It was like when the merch first came out. And I was like, at first when I saw it online, I'm like, I don't really care for that too much. But then when I saw it in person, and I'm like, I actually kind of like that. And actually, it was the day I was hanging out with Mademoiselle, because Abby was working, and she said, well, if you're gonna get one, you got to get Abby one. And I'm like, well, what should I get her? Because she wasn't too fond of the shirts either. and the pink one wasn't out at the time, but the blue magic key holder one was. And I said, I think Abby would like that. You know, I'll grab that one. So that's why. So we wore them, and I actually think they're kind of cute. I like them. Let's see. And Kaylee continues, when's the next Walt Disney World trip with OG and Ebba and the crew? Add on a cruise, LOL. So, well, we were supposed to do a big trip this September, but life got in the way for everything, and we had to postpone that. So we're not exactly sure when we'll do a big trip together. I do know with Ebba, he's probably scared to death with flying into Orlando because of me and OG. OG falls and bangs his head, and then me, I go there with a kidney stone. So like Ebba's like, I don't know. He's like, even if I go, I don't know if I want to go with you two. But like, but and then speaking of the cruise, now we are going to do a group cruise in April of 26, but we're not going to Florida. We're going to
the Mexican,
San Diego. We're going to go on the Wonder. So that'll be Ebba and his lovely wife Larissa's first time, not even just on a Disney cruise. That'll be their first time on a cruise.
Yes.
So we really don't know how their reaction is going to be out to sea. So we thought, you know what, let's do one close to home, you know, and he's like a hop, skip, and a jumping away from the port. It's about a 2-hour drive for us.
Yeah.
And it's a 4-night cruise on the Wonder. OG's been on the Wonder before. I've been on the Wonder before, but it's been a while. So it'd be nice to get back on it again. And it'll be Abby's first time. So she's actually, without even trying, we're doing the OG ships first. She did the Magic, and now she'll do the Wonder. Now, her going on the Wonder, she'll be a silver member. And just from completing the Magic, I am now a platinum member. So I get more of that extra special access. Let's see. Rick Nick, you can get them from World Market. He's probably talking about the Kit Kats.
Kit Kats. Oh, yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Let's see. We got Dragon Blood. I may skip out on D23, the Ultimate Fan event next year, but I'll still come to the parks. I don't want to enter the race to get tickets early in the morning and etc. I mean, I can understand Dragon Blood. I mean, it would be sad to not see you there, but I mean, I don't even know if we're even able to go. Like, it's like, because we're hoping to, we're crossing our fingers and toes on that one, because the last time I was like big man on campus, like, oh yeah, we're going for sure. And then you see the freaking computer like system with how they do the tickets. I hate that shit. But I'm going to put my faith in Lucas Kim. Like, Lucas Kim is the GOAT when it comes to that stuff. And I told him, you get the tickets, I'll Venmo you the money. Like, just tell me when you get them. Just make sure you put our information and not his, because I think they're kind of cracking down on like transferring, you know, so I don't know how that's going to go for this time around. But I already have it right where OG and I sat the last time. Let's see, it's section B, row 112, seats 7, 8, and 9. See, I already have it implanted in my head.
I'm thinking OG's hoping that D23 girl's back.
Of course. I told him, if D23 girl was back and he can spot her out of that whole entire freaking crowd, he's going over. I don't care if he likes it or not, because if he doesn't go over, I'm going over and I'm bringing her over. Because I'm sorry, you don't see that in a Blue Moon. The fact that he even spotted her a week later in Avengers Campus, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, oh man. Cassandra, they also have them in the Asian markets. Oh, okay. That's okay. Maybe are we going to any of the Asian markets?
Maybe.
Well, another thing to add on to our list. Let's see. It's Florentin says, if Universal had obtained the Epic area back after 1999, the new park may have looked different than today. Different IP and maybe some OG attractions, as USF might not have to been removed. Yeah, that is actually interesting. If they did obtain that, I wonder what that would look like.
Yes.
Because obviously they still might have done the classic monsters because it's always been there, but not with this kind of technology. Obviously, How to Train Your Dragon wouldn't have been there. Super Nintendo, that might have been a little bit hard because they weren't in cahoots with them yet, but it still could have been doable. Celestial Park, maybe. I don't know if they would have came up with that in the 90s. Obviously, Harry Potter. Harry Potter, no, because they just started casting in 1999 for the first Harry Potter. Yeah, so it would have been very different. I am glad, though, good friend of the channel, Rob White, confirmed that E.T. is there to stay in Florida, despite it going on in Hollywood, because Spielberg was not happy about it, and he made sure that history would not repeat itself.
I liked that ride a lot.
I do, too. It's classic. Remy D. Let's see. Not sure if you ate the mac and cheese cones at Isle of Burke. Dang, I swear, I wish we would have gotten it because Remy, you're like the fifth person that said, did you try the mac and cheese cones?
No.
We had several friends say it to us. It's kind of expensive, but they said, if you want good, I'm getting that next time. I'm getting that in March. In March, I'm going to get it. Yes, we haven't gotten it yet, but let's see, it was inspired by the mac and cheese cone from Cars Land at DCA. They quite look similar. Now, I did see the look of it. It does look like the one from Cars Land. Now, I'm curious to see the taste and compare the two. But everyone's been like on us with that. And it's like, okay, and here's the thing. Epic Universe was like the first full day park since I had my surgery. So it was like, I was trying to
big on like his appetite.
Yeah, my appetite really fully wasn't there. I was trying to still adjust after surgery. I was pissed that I couldn't get on Stardust Racers.
Even though how many times you said,
I tried. I tried. I tried sneaking it in there, and no,
like, can we do one more of this, and then Stardust Racers, and then one more of that? I was like,
and she's like, we could do this, this, and this, but not Stardust Race. I'm like, damn. I'm like, she said, you can't, babe. You just had surgery, and like, look at it. And I'm like, yeah, look at it. It looks fun.
Yeah, he was just discharged from the hospital the day before.
Yeah, yeah, literally, and that's me, stubborn ass. That's just like ready to go on a roller coaster right after surgery, and then God forbid, knock on wood, I would go on it. Something would happen that had me in the back of the ambulance, and I'd be like, why'd you let me get on that thing?
Yeah. I'd have a new Mr. Potty Face for saying I shouldn't have gone. Oh,
but I did have the potty face.
Yes, he did, because he wanted
standing in front of the coaster. Let's see.
He wanted soda.
Yes. Yeah, I wanted my soda, But if anyone is around and sees me in the parks, come say hi to me. I don't bite. I'm willing to meet the OG crew in person. Absolutely. And if you see us, Dragon, as I said, just come on over. Don't be shy. We don't bite. I do for a small fee, but, just saying. Let's see. Giant Peter Show. We needed a new OG, and George walk and talk of DCA, and actually maybe agrees. Yeah, we actually do, because here's the thing. I got to try to get OG's ass back over to Disney, because like he's like hit on like Universal, and he's like,
been at Universal what, 2 days already?
2 days. Like he's losing his special access there. But I tell you what I might do, I might save the walk and talk when he can get there for like the DCA one where we go around to Avatar and Coco. I'll hold that one off until we can get that, because that first one that he and I did was like one of the top tier ones on the channel. So I may wait for a day that if I can convince him to go to Disneyland, definitely. And guys, and honestly, push him on it. Like when you like see him on the show or something, and we're doing a live on Orange Grove 55, like do the walk and talk with the Italiano at DCA. He'll go for it for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Giant Peter Show. Every time I walk out of Disneyland Paris with one supermarket reusable bag filled with stuff. That's interesting. I could see you doing that too. Let's see. It's Florentine to Dragon Blood, Walt Disney World, or Disneyland. Interesting. I'm curious to see what that would be. Let's see. SD drawings. I love Abby's necklace. Where did you get it? Okay, so
my
yes,
Disney necklace.
her Disney necklace. So just lean in a little bit because it looks like you're wearing the Disney Italiano on your neck. Yeah, there we go. So with that, so here's the story with that. I actually got that back in PA when I went to K Jewelers to get Abby's engagement ring. We were sitting there, you know, financing everything, doing the payment installments and everything. And I was telling her the story of how we met, how it was unique and everything. I was telling her about the, you know, me being on YouTube and everything. And after we put in through the process of the first down payment of the ring, she says, before I ring this up, she said, did you get a chance to check out our Disney collection? And I was like, no, where? And she says, it's behind you. She said, it's actually it's for this specific weekend only because it was a holiday sale, because I picked up Abby's ring during Christmas time. And she said it's actually
around my birthday, so around Thanksgiving, Christmas time.
Thanksgiving, Christmas. That's right, because I went out. Well, no, because it was I got your ring after the fact. I left. Yes, I did.
I got this for my birthday. As a birthday gift.
I could have sworn. Wait. Hold on a second. I'll finish the story here in a second, folks. Wait a minute. When I came out to you on Thanksgiving. No, on Thanksgiving.
You had my ring already. I got this for my birthday.
I could have sworn when I went back for the last 2 weeks that I worked at Hallmark, because I was biting my nails when I knew that I was coming out, because I thought Mom would have had to go and pick it up and send it out to me.
No.
I thought that was a Christmas gift. I thought I gave it to you for Christmas with the little tree.
No.
I'm losing my mind here because I could have sworn I don't remember going to pick up your ring in October. Okay, I have to figure that out, but I can't spend all the time on. So anyway, I picked up. It was a special going on. It was 40% off on all Disney jewelry and everything. So I was going through. They had like a crystallized like Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse and Winnie the Pooh. They didn't have Stitch. If they had Stitch, I would have picked her up something with Stitch too. But I saw the Disney necklace and I thought, oh, that looks pretty. I'll get her that. So she added that to the final to the bill and everything. So yeah, so I got her the necklace. I'll get back to you folks on the time frame, because I'm like losing my mind here. Let's see. Jacob Weller says, "Sing How to Train Your Dragon on the 12th." Awesome. Let's see. Oh, we got Slime Square in the house. Slimer, what's up? Slimers be sliming. Congratulations on 300 subs, brother. Thank you so much. It's a shame. I had like 2 opportunities to try to meet up with Slimer, and my mind didn't really like register, because I know that he was doing his anniversary stay at Walt Disney World, which I think it started the day before that we left, that I could have met up with him, which, by the way, Slimer, a happy anniversary to you and Mrs. Slimer. Yeah, all the love to you guys. And I saw your pictures, and I hope you had a great time. It looked fun. I always enjoyed the Polly. The Polly was awesome. Let's see. Yep. And then Florentine says, I did serenade y'all.
Yep.
And Jacob Weller, did you dance to maybe tango? So here's the thing. So we both do dance. Like, I'm more of a freestyle dance. She's more of a technical dance, because she has done those kind of dances growing up. So So yeah, that's oh, so he's saying with dance mom. Wait, are you saying me and Abby dance or dance moms? Oh, okay. Now I'm like off the rails here with everything here. So okay, so if it was like, did we dance the tango with Abby Lee Miller? Absolutely not. She freaks me out.
I was like,
Mademoiselle sends the hearts. You guys are killing me here. Let's see, Giant Peter show. We need you guys to vlog that entire cruise. It's going to be hilarious. Oh, the cruise with Ebba and OG. Yeah, I'll definitely I'll vlog for sure. Especially like a lot of moments. We may, you know what we might do too is, since we'll all be on there, we'll do a bar chat actually on the cruise. You know, that would be kind of cool. We'll do a bar chat, and then maybe do a walk and talk on the ship and everything. That'd be cool. Let's see, Giant Peter show. I did the Wonder in 2017. Oh, that's funny. So did I. When in 2017? I did it in February. I think it was February. I forget the dates, but it was in February. February of 2017. Oh, it was a San Diego cruise. Okay, so it must have been different timings. Yeah, because I booked the 2017 one on the Wonder because, again, we were down in Florida, so it was like, okay, you don't really see the Wonder here in Florida anymore, so let's jump at it. And that's what I even did now with the Magic. The fact that the Magic was at Port Canaveral and it had a 5-night cruise with both stops to Castaway Cay and Lookout Cay, I was like, oh, I can't pass this up. Let's see. Could you imagine them all being injured and have to row a boat back home? Oh my gosh.
That's the only thing I don't know about a bar chat in the cruise. I don't want to take care of 3 boys.
Yes. See, the Giant Peter show. We just need OG to sit by D23, girl. Yeah, he'll be fine. Let's see. It's Florentin. It's the least Lucas Kim can do at NYC. Yeah, as I said, Lucas Kim, he's the GOAT. When, like, I don't know how he can get these tickets and everything, but as I said, I told him, because I'm not going to stress out about it, because I spazzed out with D23. I was like a mess. Crazy. And so I told Luke, I'm not even going to jump on the website. I'm like, you do your thing because you know how to do it. You got the magic touch. Just section B, row 12, seats 7, 8, and 9. When you get them, tell me the price for our tickets. We'll be good. Remy D, what's your favorite water coaster in any park? For me, it's the one in Atlantis in Nassau. So when you say water coaster, I'm trying to think. So do you mean like a water ride or like a water slide? Now, here's the thing. I do enjoy Crush and Gusher at Typhoon Lagoon because it's a water coaster, but it's where you simply, like, you sit on a raft, but they have like these stream jets that like push the raft up and down and everything. It's kind of intense. I actually enjoy that. I don't know. What's your favorite water coaster, right?
Water coaster? I haven't been on a water coaster in forever. I don't remember the names because I used to go when I was younger to like Raging Waters. And then Wild Rivers. I don't even think they have.
And here's the thing.
And
here's the thing. Like, for a regular water slide, like, I don't know if I could even do those anymore. I don't know if I can get my ass back up. Like, and here's the thing too, because I've noticed this happens to me even just sitting on a chair. I don't know why, but I'm afraid, like, from the speed of coming down off a water slide and you end up at the bottom and I stand up, that in case if my shorts fall down with it, my swim trunks, I don't know if that'd be a good idea, folks.
I haven't really been on one in forever. So, because like I even took my kids to like Great Wolf Lodge, but I did not really go on the slides. I let them go. So, yeah.
Okay. Oh, so I got a text from Mom. Yes, you already bought her the engagement ring, sweetheart.
See?
It was going to be a Christmas gift, but you changed your mind to be engagement earlier. Okay.
I told you.
All right.
I got the necklace for my birthday.
Okay. Everything was such a whirlwind at that time. It all seemed the same to me because literally I traveled out, traveled back, traveled out, traveled back, and then moved out. So it was like between, yeah, literally from the first time we met in person, from August to December 30th. Oh, a blur. Like, not really a blur. Like, I remember it, but it was like, it's all like mashed up together for me. So interesting.
See, I told you. Thanks, Mom.
See, Chris West. What do you think the two new epic restaurants will be? I think Mexican and Italian. I'll say Italian and Filipino. Let's go with that. Yeah, I don't know.
For epic?
For epic, yeah. The two new epic restaurants. Yeah, I'd say Italian. Actually, I wouldn't mind Greek. I wouldn't mind a full-on like Greek restaurant, especially like with Celestial Park. Now, again, I don't know what all they have because again, with me just coming off of the surgery, I didn't really get to look at the food options that much. We basically just kind of ate as we went. But I definitely want to pay more attention to the food items when we go back for sure.
Yeah.
And get on Stardust Racers.
Yes.
Let's see. Chris West. After having my kidney stone, I gave up soda for 3 months. My stone came out a few days before I was supposed to have surgery. Well, I tell you, Chris, this pain, like, I can't even describe it, but it was a pain that I never felt before in my life. It was the most obnoxious, excruciating, like, I waved the white flag, and like, aside from like the 10 years of being married, like this was like the second most painful moment in my life. Sorry, I had to throw in my ex-wife joke. I had to. But yeah, it's painful, but I'm so glad that it actually came out before you had to have surgery. Yeah, mine stuck in there because it's like it just doesn't want to come out. It was stuck between my bladder and kidney, and it's like I have a narrowed urethra, just like how I have a narrowed esophagus. It's like everything in me is narrowed. Like, why can't I have a narrowed like stomach and ass? Like, come on, like it's the wrong stuff is narrowed. But hopefully when they put in the stent that it opened up, that the stone can move at least down. So maybe then when they pull out the stent, they can pull out the stone. I'm so glad that they didn't do the string, because just to have that thing just like sitting there every time that I look down, and then they would want me to pull that thing or somebody to, oh man, my toes are curling right now, man. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Let's see. Jacob Weller says, push him on it. and Florentin says, please do. Yes, we definitely will, for sure.
Yes. OG needs to get back to
the
park.
And Remy D says, redo. I'm assuming
your epic?
The epic day or the trip. The trip was honestly, I think for the most part, for how much of a disaster it could have been and how rocky, no pun intended, it was in the very beginning. It actually turned out really well. Yeah. You know, we still had fun for what we did, but I actually, after coming back, I actually am ready for a redo. Let's just do a redo of the whole thing. Let's just do the whole thing. Yeah, let's just do it all over again. When can we do this again? Let's see. We got Walt's Apartment Productions in the house. Hey, Abby and George, congratulations on 300. Thank you so much. And I love Walt's Apartment. I've been on there several times. It's a great show, and I love being on there. So can't wait to do it again. And we got the Rogue Attraction in the house. Congratulations on reaching 300. Well, thank you, Rogue. I greatly appreciate it. I'm surprised we didn't bump into Rogue. I did the one time when I was in Magic Kingdom. I bumped into him in Adventureland. Yeah, he was doing a live. I was on the phone. And yeah, I'm surprised. Usually at times like I could bump into him. I'm surprised we didn't this time. Let's see. Giant Peter Show said, I did the September cruise for the Wonder. Okay, so you did later on in 2017. Mine was in the very beginning. Remy D says, yes, Crush and Gusher, that type of ride. Yeah, Crush and Gusher for me, I absolutely love. I also love Teamboat Springs at Blizzard Beach. It's like one big giant family raft ride where they push you down this giant like kind of curvy thing. That's kind of fun too. And I also enjoy the Aqueduct on the Disney Dream and the Disney Fantasy. I haven't gone on the Aqua Mouse yet on the Wish, but I will one of these times. Giant Peter Show, I took the train from LA to San Diego to go on the cruise. Oh, nice. Maybe that could be the opportune time to do a train. I've never been on a train. It's the one transportation I haven't been on. Yeah. Interesting. Let's see. They have ramen at Avengers Campus in Disneyland Paris. Here we go with the ramen.
Ooh, I love ramen.
She loves ramen. Here's the thing. It's not that I hate ramen. I just feel like that I've had it so much, and it's like, and I think what did it for me was I had not good quality ramen at a ramen place in PA. So it just feels like I just kind of like.
I love ramen.
Yeah, she does. I prefer.
You prefer pho?
Pho. Yeah.
Pho, no.
No. Pho, no. The Giant Peter Show. I want a Greek restaurant in any theme park. Absolutely, you can't go wrong with Greek. Greek and Italian. Hey, we're cousins. Like a lot of people, when they look at me or they look at my mom, like they say you're either Italian or Greek. You know. Let's see. Chris West says, same. I couldn't even sit or lay down. Oh no, yeah, I hear you, man. Like, even if I just like was still, like no movement, it was still painful. Like I would sit and then I had to stand. The second I stood, I had to lay down. Once I lay down, I was like, I got to sit up. And it's like, oh man, it was horrible. Let's see. Jacob Weller, is it worse than the camera up your butt? So as of right now, I haven't had a camera up my butt. Probably once I hit into my 40s for the colonoscopy. Now I know OG had a colonoscopy and an endoscopy. He did both. I just hope they didn't use the same camera.
Okay, I work in the GI lab. They do not use the same camera.
Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. And here's the thing. But here's the thing though. But here's the thing. Even if they did,
we do the top first.
Do the endoscopy first and then the colonoscopy. Don't do the vice versa.
Oh my.
Remy T. The redo was in reference to your memory of what happened concerning jewelry. Okay, gotcha. Yes. Yeah, so so when I did, pick up for the necklace, I was like, okay, the Disney necklace was like perfect for her because it sums up everything of how we met.
Remember when I got it for my birthday, because when we went to go meet the Grinch, he was like, wow, nice necklace. Like I'm Disney biased. I had my Disney necklace on my
necklace. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you did. That's right.
Yeah, the Grinch had words to say about my Disney bias.
Yeah. And he was like, oh, I used to work there. And he was saying, did you know that Mickey Mouse is a girl? Like he was doing it in Grinch style. But yeah. See, a Giant Peter Show. The best tube water slide is at Aulani. I still want to go to Aulani. I want to see. I haven't been to Hawaii yet. I want to just go. Or excuse me, I got to say it right. Hawaii. I want to go to Hawaii. But again, if I'm going to Hawaii to even see everything else, I have to stay in Aulani. I'm sorry. I'm not going to have a Disney themed Hawaiian resort like right next door. And it's like, okay, I can't go in it. Like, no, that's no. Let's see. We got Steph in the house. Welcome in, Steph. Where are some good ramen places in OC? I'll let you take that one.
In OC, huh? I live closer towards LA, so I go more towards there. I don't really know the ones in OC. Like I love this one ramen place, and it has the weird Japanese like hours, but there's like 31 flavors of ramen, and it's in the city of like Hacienda Heights in the city of industry area. But that's my go-to place. But I don't know any really in the OC.
Okay. And then Steph continues, that's my favorite water slide and favorite lazy river ever. I just want to confirm, Steph, you mean for Alani. I think she's referring to Alani. And I think Mademoiselle adds Alani is the best. Yeah, see, I got to get there. Let's see, Remy D. Believe it or not, when I was in Japan, all ramen meals, they were mediocre. I somehow could not find a decent. You really want me to pronounce this? Let me see. Tokotsu? Did I say it right? Tokatsu. I was close. Tonkatsu. Gesundheit. Ramen spot. That's interesting that they were mediocre. I'd be surprised in Japan, but okay. I wouldn't eat any anyway, so I wouldn't. She'd try it. Mm-hmm. And Giant Peter Show, I visited Greece a couple of years ago, and some of my family, including my great grandma, had lived in Greece before coming to America. Awesome. That's great. Like Giant Peter Show, I noticed like you have like a lot of like world travel like atlas stories, you know, especially the what was it? The crucifix rosary, dude. That's still like one of the best moments that you ever gave on a live. That was like perfect. Oh, and Steph confirmed Alani. Sweet. Yeah, I definitely want to get there.
Yes, I want to go eventually.
Jacob Weller, you should go to Ireland. I heard they have a Game of Thrones castle and dire wolves meet and greet. That's interesting. You know who would probably love that is Tones.
Yes.
He would absolutely go for that. Like, because like Game of Thrones and what was the other one? House of Dragon.
Yeah.
Like those are his jams. It's Florentin. It's the same as fried rice. Real Japan don't do hibachi fried rice. You get steamed rice. See, I love fried rice. See, but she would eat it up, no pun intended, because she loves like the white steamed rice. Mm-hmm. Which I learned that for just the Filipino culture in general. Like they eat white rice with everything. It's even incorporated in the desserts at times. And I'm like, and even like cheese ice cream. I'm like, I still haven't tried that yet. I don't know.
He doesn't want to try.
I'm afraid. But I mean, everything I've tried, like as Filipino food, I mean, has surprised me. So I wouldn't mind trying it. Oh, hold on one sec, folks. I completely. So sorry. Had to catch a kind of a business text of OG because we were supposed to do something, but we're going to do it at 7, so we still got time. see, still working. I'm working while I'm working. See?
Yeah. So remind OG that he has to get to Disney.
Okay. Yes. Let's see. Mademoiselle, Little Tokyo in DTLA and Little Swatel in West IA have great ramen. Okay. Yeah. And she continues, oh gosh, you guys are getting me with this. Okay, let's see. Shenzhen Gumi.
Ooh, Shenzhen Gumi.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, in Gardena, California is the best ramen.
It is.
And let's see, Remy D. I know you love Disney cruises, so Royal Carnival and Norwegian are out of the question. Would you ever go on the step up tier like Celebrity and Princess? It's funny you say that, Remy D, because actually, Abby said that I probably would enjoy Princess.
My mom loves the princess cruises. That was the Japan one that my cousin was trying to invite us to. As a princess.
Oh, okay. I still would be open to it, especially like if someone was paying, like then it would be like, okay, yeah, why not? Like I'll go. Just saying, like again, I just have this thing like if I'm spending the money and I'm taking the time and it's like not saying that I wouldn't enjoy myself, I wouldn't be like, okay, that'd be worth it, but it's like okay, but that still could have been time on a Disney cruise. It's like I can't break out of that Disney cruise thing. Like it's just But anyways, we are a little over an hour and a half. I think we're going to wrap it up for this 300 sub live. I want to thank you all.
Thank you, everyone,
for joining. It definitely means a lot to us. I loved like the interaction. I love the stories. I love the questions. And sometimes it's nice when you don't have a set specific kind of theme that you can just kind of discuss whatever. And I always encourage that with all of you. Like there's no question out of boundary that it's like if you have it, ask it. I'm an open book. I don't give two shits. I'll give you the answer. So it's like, and it's good for a good conversation. I love how we talked about like the cruise ships and ramen and me getting the dates wrong with the jewelry and Hershey Park, you know, so we were kind of,
Hershey chocolate
you know, and Karen, the Kit Kat lady. So it's like, we dived into all of that. But before we go, really quick, I just want to give my plug-in. I am an affiliate with the Magic Candle Company. If you are down and out by not being able to get on, go to a Disney park or go on a Disney cruise, but you want to bring the magic of Disney into your own home, go to magiccandlecompany.com. They have a plethora of items that can make you feel much better about that. They have candles, oils, sprays, soaps, anything you could imagine they have. So upon checkout, use my promo code Citrico15 for 15% off. And that's not just a one-time deal, folks. That's every time you make a purchase on magiccandlecompany.com, use Citrico15. You will get 15% off every single time. And also, when you make the purchase, I will get notified by the company that a purchase was made. If you would like, you can DM us either on Instagram under the Disney Italiano, Abby Clavacia, or Citrico Central, and tell us, hey, you made a purchase with Magic Candle Company. You used our code, and if you are willing to give us your mailing address, we will send you out a keychain and sticker of Citrico Central just to say thank you for the support. And let's see really quick. It's Florentin says George needs to do a high-speed train in France or Europe. Yeah, one of these times I got to get on a train. I got to complete my transportation circle there. But again, I want to thank everybody. It's Florentin, Jacob Weller, Remy D, Mademoiselle, Steph, Giant Peter Show. Let's see. We got Dragon Blood, The Rogue Attraction, Walt's Apartment, Chris West. Let's see. Matthew Murr, all the way from the UK. Slimer, SD Drawings. Maybe. Kaylee, Cassandra, Rick Nick. So we got the Sturgill family. Again, great to see you. So glad you were able to join the live. Definitely email us and stay in touch for sure for that next cruise. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Trey Porter, Tommy Toon, Citrico Central. Oh, yeah, that's me. And of course, Abby, who was able to join me for the 300 sub live celebration. And again, I want to thank everybody for participating, for joining in. It means a lot. And as I always say in Disney Italiano fashion, stay safe, stay healthy, stay Disney. Italiano out.